truly believe that you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. Now, given that, if we're going to be strategic about the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, I think it's very important to think about what each of those 5 people you want to have, the characteristics that you want to have. Now, ideally, all 5 of them is exactly who you want to be, and you are the average of all 5. But in reality, humans have various aspects to them. Not everybody's going to be perfect. So even the average of my 5, if I had to think about the average of the 5 I'm surrounded by, they are all high performers, wonderful, great people that I respect in so many different areas. However, I can't say that one person is all perfect in every single way, and I can't say that, of course, with all 5 of them, right? So it's the different aspects that I pull from each person that I really want to put into my own life and become that average of the 5. So given that, you really have to think about, well, okay, what kind of people do I want in my 5, in my small group of social circle? I don't know about the rest, but I do think we all should have this one key person in our 5. Can you guess what that is? I didn't really know what that was until I recently really started to think about, man, this person keeps on doing this one thing, and I've been missing this for a while. And goodness, thank goodness this person is in my life right now, because there's been a lot of hurdles. I mean, there's always hurdles in life, but there's been a lot of hurdles that I've never dealt with before. And it's really a success hurdle. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but just hitting these certain points where I want to get past it logically, but there's something that's holding me back, and it's this inner hurdle. There's something going on inside, and I keep pushing, but then there's something there. There's something there. When that happens, it's easy to go to the friends that will just emotionally support you. But that's not necessarily going to help you, is it? And you know it's not, right? And that's why if you want to feel that comfort zone, you'll go to certain people. You know who to go to when you want to just feel good. There are those people, you know exactly who to go to. And then there's the people who will call you out on your BS. And if you have those people, please, 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 please do not exclude them from your life ever. Okay? Because recently I discovered, based on this new person being in my average of 5, that I've been missing that for quite some time. Now, it doesn't mean that the other people in my life have not called me out on my BS, but this person specifically will constantly find the little nugget of BS that's within me and just point that out. Just nudge on it, right? Tina, there's this right here. Instead of focusing on all this wonderful other stuff that's going on, he will just go straight to that little pain point and point it out, and I have to acknowledge it, okay? Because if you're being defensive, by the way, it's because something's really, really going on, okay? Now, there are these times where I instantly feel slightly defensive, right? But then I quickly realize I'm being defensive because it's true. Because it's true and I don't want to look at it. And because of this constant experience of this person pointing crap out in my life, as small as it would be, and that normal people might not even point it out, even if they see it, they just might not point it out. And that's why it's so vital for your average of 5, at least one person you can count on to consistently point out your BS. Because this has been so helpful that he would just consistently just point it out. even when I don't want to see it, even when all I want is love and comfort. But it's important. It's important, especially if you're the type of person who is a constant student, a person who constantly wants to grow and go to the next level. If you don't have that person in your life, uh, you might just get these people who are just saying, good job, nice job. And you might be doing good and you might be progressing. I'm not saying that you're not, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't have those people who comfort and love you. Of course, you should. But if you want to really grow, I mean, I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the average person, okay? I'm talking about the people who are probably watching this, okay? The people who really want to get to that next level and want to be the best version of themselves, the best version. And you know that deep down inside of you, you are not the best version of yourself, and you know there's something that just needs to burst out, right? And even once that's bursted out, there's something even more deep down inside that's waiting to emerge out. You know that you are meant for something more, and you know you just need a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of tools you can learn, be a student and learn, and then break out of that. So I'm just trying to say, as a part of that system that you're really creating for yourself, in order to be the best version of yourself, you need to have a BS detector in your life. And the value of that is completely invaluable, completely. And I used to have somebody like this. You know what? The first person who did this to me is my oldest brother. He constantly would point out stuff like this, and it was out of love. You can't have it, you can't have a BS detector who doesn't do it out of love, because you can think about somebody who can point out those negative things about you. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about somebody who's coming from this insecure place. It has to be somebody who has been there. They know what they're talking about. So you have that level of respect for them, because if you don't have respect for them, you're not going to listen to them anyway. I feel very strongly about this, especially because I recently had this person in my life, and every single time I keep hitting different walls, but I keep hitting these weird walls, right? And every time I do, and I talk about it, for a split second, I highly regret it because I get no empathy at all, right? Well, this is how it would go. It would go, you know what, Tina? I'm gonna call you out on your BS and F you, no, right? But I love you. I say it out of love. I say it because I love you and care about you. But just know that something isn't right there. You're making excuses. Now go fix it. And you're like, okay, swallow the ego. That's the hard part. Swallow the ego, swallow the pride. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, let me figure this out, because this is what I want. This is what I want to do. This is who I say I want to be. So I need to make sure my actions align with that. And thank you for calling me out on my BS, because nobody else did right now. You wouldn't believe the kind of value that adds to your life, especially if you're the type of person who is trying to um, get to somewhere that most people are not trying to get to. That that big goal you have, that big dream you have, whatever value system you hold close and dear, to get to where that is, in order to achieve the things that you need to achieve, in order to align yourself with the kind of life that you want. I think having that BS detector in that average of 5 in your small social circle is something you can't not have. You have to highly consider it and make it a must, right? If you don't have that in your small 5 circle, put them in your 5 circle, right? And if you don't even have anybody like that around you, go and search. Go and find this person, because this person will carry you to the next level and influence you, in the right way for you to become the best version of yourself, right? The best version of yourself, not the sort of okay version, not the good enough version, not the this is good version, but I'm talking about the best version of yourself. I think you need the BS um collar outer, if you want to call that. I don't know. What do you think? Do you feel that that person in your life would be a valuable asset to your human capital, right? Or do you think it's not quite necessary? It's not quite necessary, or if you have somebody who is not purely that, but maybe somebody who has more empathy and able to just do that in part of sort of the process is better for you, because I know everybody's different. To me it's everything. I'm very thankful I have this person in my life, but what about you? What do you think? Comment that below, let me know, and let me know if you have somebody like that and what it's like, because I'm quite enjoying it, even though sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, swallow your ego, swallow your pride. I'm very thankful. Even though it's helpful at the end, sometimes that little side of me is like, no, okay, I understand. So, is that your experience when you have those people in your life? Do you have to swallow your ego? Do you have to swallow your pride and realize that this is actually helpful for me, and this is actually adding to my own value and making me become the best version of myself? Or are you the type of person who really can't handle somebody like that? Let me know, comment below, and of course, like and share and subscribe so I can see you on the next episode. I believe that yes, we must all mm, we must all try to constantly check in with ourselves. And trust me, I do. I constantly check in with myself. I constantly think about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what I can do better. But man, I wouldn't rely on your pure individual discipline.